You've been asking about lettering in your sketchbook, so today's Draw Tip Tuesday is all about that. And make sure to keep watching because I will demo a bunch of stuff and I will give you a fun assignment. Lettering brings story, memory and personality to your drawings. And when you treat lettering as part of the drawing, not something you add afterwards, it becomes so much more fun. It's just another line, another set of shapes. In my sketchbooks, you can see tiny handwritten notes while I draw, big bold titles for date or location, mixing capitals and small letters for playfulness, and I also play with size and spacing so there's a nice rhythm across the page. Sometimes words can go inside shapes like a window or a sidewalk or something. Think about layout too. Text has a visual weight. A big title can balance a big dark or colored shape on the page, for example. And by adding notes, you bring information to your drawing and also variety. You can also think about giving your lettering a little breathing room. And you can also let it align with angles that are already in the drawing, like a roof line, a table edge, the horizon, and that keeps your spread feeling calm, connected, and also intentional. And you might think, well, my handwriting isn't that great. Use it anyway. That sort of imperfect look becomes part of your style, and without text, your pages could feel like there's something missing. Look at the differences in these sketchbook pages, with and without text added. If your handwriting sucks, you can also copy lettering that you see around you. Magazine covers, street signs, product labels, logos. Well, hold that thought. I will come back to that later in this video. Now I will show you how I fill a sketchbook page with lettering added too. You know that everything is interesting as soon as you start drawing it, and things around you are great for drawing. Even when they seem boring initially, they surround you, so they tell something about you. Drawing this little spider plant brings me in the moment and makes me appreciate this tiny pot full of green life. I put it in the very corner of the pages because I want the page to be about the lettering as well as about the drawing. Thinking about layout that way can be good, but very often I just start drawing because I feel like it, and then along the way I will have to discover where and how I can add writing. Now I have all this white space left, and since it's all about lettering today, I'm going to be big and bold. I write the name of the plant, spider plant, or at least the first word to start with. When you draw on a double page, the gutter of the spread might be in the way. I always try to work around it and to always embrace and welcome any wonkiness. Because I want my words to be chunky and bold, I'm tracing around the initial letters I drew. Because when you are writing, you're actually also drawing. It's just shapes. I noticed that I put my P a bit too close to the S, and I embrace it. This is hand lettering, and so there will be imperfections, and that will only bring more personality to the page. I color the letters using my pen, not too neatly, and that way the coloring also matches how I colored the dirt in the potted plant. As I go, I decide to leave some parts blank. I can always fill them in if I want, but I like that it gives some breathing space. With the second word, I first sketch the letters without actually drawing them yet, just to estimate if and how I can fit the letters in the white space that I have. I play with the N and the T so they seem like puzzle pieces, not in each other's way, but playing with each other's space. Now I have a whole lot of white space still left, and since I use my sketchbooks as visual journals, I can journal or just simply add a note about the thought that popped up while I was drawing the plant. And you might still think, well, my handwriting sucks. I am afraid to ruin a nice drawing. But look at these drawings. Yes, they are nice, but I never added writing and they look unfinished in a way. That beautiful white space is begging for a title or a note. Whatever handwriting you have, it will bring lots of personality to your page. Be bold, don't hesitate, just like when you're drawing. You don't have to make the lettering perfect or fancy. Even quick, messy handwriting can feel expressive and personal. It helps you slow down and it adds memories to the page. The drawing and lettering combination is part of what makes a sketchbook feel like a journal instead of just a portfolio of finished pieces. It's more personal. I don't quite like the balance of the page just yet. It needs a bit more weight at the bottom, so I add one more sentence. I play with thicker and thinner lines to emphasize on certain words and to bring some variety. You can also play with a frame around it, even add shadows to the letters too, which I showed in a recent video. I'm sharing the link to that video so you can watch that next. I've always been interested in letters and typography. As a kid, I used to copy letters all the time. And that actually is a great way to get better at lettering, to get better at your writing. You can find interesting lettering anywhere. For this video, I walked to the kitchen and looked around and noticed all these different logos on tea bags. I'm using some of these to study lettering. You can copy lettering from magazines, book covers, logos, store signs. Lettering is everywhere. It's a fun way to build a little library of styles you can pull from. A few people in my Patreon community are actually collecting lettering, copying fun letters in a dedicated sketchbook. I think that's a great idea. Lots of other great inspiration is shared in my Patreon community, by the way, and you can be part of it. You can try 7 days for free to see if you like it. On my Patreon page, I give more tips, ideas and assignments. Plus, there's a warm and active Discord community where you'll find other artists like you who share many more inspiration. Link is in the description of this video. Copying lettering is a really great way to understand letter shapes, to learn about spacing between letters, the many different sorts of letters, and to discover which kinds of letters you love. You get a sense of the size you want to use in your page, and by copying, you'll learn to be more creative with lettering, and you can use the shapes you love most in your sketchbook later. You can try different kinds of materials to copy your letters with too. Find out what works best for you. And if you're curious how to do brush lettering, I made a video about that. I'm sharing the link to that video so you can watch that too. As I'm doing this copying of tea brand logos, I'll give you your assignment for this week. Look around for any lettering near you. A jar, a book spine, a poster, an alphabet of interesting lettering you find via Google search, and then copy what you see. Fill a page with lettering. Notice spacing, notice the shapes and the space in between letters. It's super fun, and this is the start of more lettering and writing in your sketchbook pages. Have fun, and next week I will be back with another Draw Tip Tuesday video. See you then, bye!